atmosphere right there. I mean, it's chill as you get out here. Oh, I got the old school Suburban. I'm such a fan of that body style. I think it's clean. You know, Compton is like, it's hard for me to judge what it's like riding through Compton compared to my South Central ride. It's a little more, I don't know how really to describe it. It's kind of like you really do, there's a little bit more of an element of having to watch it back out here. Yeah. Seems like
Hello, fight fans. I'm Todd Grisham. Welcome inside the Grand Theater. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
Looking forward to this one, Todd.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Perhaps the greatest heavyweight of all time, the Brown Bomber Joe Louis. He's 6'2" tall, 181 pounds, one of the best right hands in the business. And up against him, it's Larry Holmes.
One of the all-time great heavyweights tipping the scales at 213 pounds.
Talk about hot seats in the house. I am so lucky to be sat where I am watching this fight live. I can tell my grandkids about this.
Taxes from start.
The one and only
This channel is part of the History Hit Network. Stick around to find out more.
Eastern assassin Larry Holmes dominated the... This bout, we welcome you to this beautiful theater. These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver.
Of all the renegades in Britain's age of outlaws, pirates were the most pursued. Hunted down on the high seas, their bloody exploits would be followed by an appalled but enthralled public.
Nice job slipping that left uppercut.
In May 1701, the corpse of a convicted pirate was brought downriver from Execution Dock to the lower reaches of the Thames, here at Tilbury Point. The body was tarred to preserve it and then hung in chains above the shoreline. The body was that of Captain William Kidd, whose exploits and downfall had so captivated the country. Kidd's corpse was displayed here as a dire warning to all seafarers entering the great port of London to resist the temptations of piracy. Kidd was the product of an era of feverish mercantile expansion, powered by a vast network of seaboard trade. Plundering this global movement of commodities and riches, pirates became the most wanted outlaws in the world. With flamboyant names like Blackbeard, Calico Jack, and Black Bart, pirate captains would become infamous beyond the seas. Through ballads, plays, and books, they would be transformed into legend. The transformation from reality to mythic outlaw is one of the most enduring historical puzzles of the period. I'm going to take to the seas to explore just how this change happened and examine the devastating impact of these swashbuckling adventurers. Captain Kidd's tarred corpse would rot away here over several years until the birds had picked his carcass clean. But this warning went unheeded, for the golden age of piracy was only just beginning.
Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then, put the pressure on.
If you like defense, you're going to love this fighter. Excellent defense. They stay on the outside. They use their jab efficiently, and they don't take care.
For a man who would come to be seen as heralding an age of piracy, Captain Kidd had never set out to be a pirate at all. By the late 1690s, with the escalation of the 9 Years' War against France, Kidd, as a highly experienced sailor, saw the opportunity to make his fortune, not as a pirate, but as a privateer. Piracy was outright robbery on the high seas, but privateers were mercenaries issued with a license by the government to loot the merchant ships flying the colours of England's enemies at sea. Their license was issued in the form of a letter of marque and reprisal, and this one, dated the 11th of December 1695, is Kidd's own privateering commission, granted and signed by no less than the King of England himself, William III. But this wasn't quite as it seemed, because there was a second commission, this one to hunt down pirates in the Indian Ocean, whose plundering was seriously disrupting trade with the East. Now, this venture was cooked up by a shady syndicate of some of the most powerful men in England, who would all share from the spoils of Kidd's enterprise. And with the king himself due to get a 10% share in the profits, the stakes were very high. Failure was not an option. As his ship, the Adventure Galley, slipped down the Thames here at Greenwich, Kidd, armed with a newfound arrogance from having an actual royal commission, believing himself above the law, refused to dip his flag and fire a salute at a royal yacht as he passed, which was against all custom. And when, outraged, the captain of the yacht fired a shot as a reminder, Kidd's crew responded with a surprising display of impudence. They climbed the yards and slapped their backsides in disdain. The response was harsher than they could have ever expected. Because of Kidd's failure to salute, the captain of the naval yacht retaliated by boarding his ship and press-ganging most of his carefully hand-picked men into naval service.
Apparently, it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, and Joe Louis is hurt. He is hurt. One of the all-time greats, Joe Louis, is down.
What's good, bro? Yo.
History Hit is a streaming platform that exclusively releases quality historical documentaries covering
Yo.
figures and moments in history from all over the world. From ancient Neolithic cultures to the dawn of the space race, History Hit has thousands
Yo.
with unrivaled access to the world's best historians. We're committed to bringing history fans award-winning documentaries and podcasts that you can